pull this up.
And we're live. Welcome back to the Boro Boys Podcast, episode 4. I'm your host, Josh Giesman.
Said 18 minutes ago.
I'm your host, Josh Giesman. 18 minutes, dude. They said 15 right here. You not gonna tell them who you are?
I'm Ethan Robbins. You already know who I am.
You already know. And episode 4 of the Boro Boys Podcast. Thanks for tuning in. We know we missed last week
And the week before.
and the week before, but life's been busy. Once this podcast starts popping off, everyone wants to know you. You know what I'm saying? But now we're back on schedule, hopefully, for the rest of the year. And then we might see if we update the schedule for next year or whatever we're going to do. But stay tuned to the podcast. Hopefully, we'll be able to upgrade the quality soon. Maybe I don't know.
You guys also got to let us know. What do you think?
Yeah,
we need feedback.
We do. We haven't had any feedback. Yeah,
No feedback. This is episode 4.
Y'all just listen and that's it. So, also, we should probably start putting these on like other little streaming things, don't you think?
Other things besides YouTube?
Yeah.
Like other streaming services?
Yeah. Also, we got to figure out how to do the video stuff because it's just like a
purple screen.
Yeah. Which is not really purple, but as you can see, it's my camera for my
Oh, now it's black.
Yeah, my camcorder for the computer, but I don't know, it's broke for some reason. So, but yeah, for some reason it came in like a purple tint, and I don't know how to fix it. So, I guess it's just broken. But maybe we'll figure out how to do like a live video or something like that. I have no idea how that's gonna be done though.
There's got to be something we can install or something.
Yeah. We'll figure it out for you guys as long as you guys keep liking, commenting, and subscribing, which none of you have done. This is the 4th podcast. We have 2 subscribers.
We need more.
But the good thing is we're going to look back on episode 4 when we were nothing. Once we hit episode 2000 or whatever. I don't know how long we're going to do this, but
it's got to happen.
Yeah, 2000, that's like 2,000 days of podcasting.
However many hours each one is.
Right, and then you have to like take into account the span. Like we do them once a week, and that's if we stay like to reach 2,000. That's gonna be like half our lifetime. We're not gonna be boys no more once we reach that number. But who knows? I definitely know it's gonna get upgraded. We got 2 watchers right now, unless Alexis is one of them. Are you one of them?
Probably.
Okay, well we have 2 anyway. So shout out the other person. We had our most interactions on the first podcast when the comments were popping off. So go over there and check that out if you want to read some funny comments and not understand what the hell we're talking about because they were mostly inside jokes.
Like everything else.
Yeah. So let's get started, I suppose. Black Friday just happened. It's Cyber Monday today. What'd you cop?
Personally, I didn't cop anything. What about you?
Boy. Me? What I caught? Black Friday, what did I get? I got some stuff. I went to Ulta and I got like some little skincare stuff because you got to look out for your skin. It's 2019, almost 2020. And then I got some socks from Dick's Sporting Goods. And then I went on a little shopping spree over at Dick's Sporting Goods later the next day. Or actually on Friday because we went out on Thursday night.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, our connection went down. It says your connection is unstable. Please wait while we try reconnecting.
Screen.
Yeah, we can turn it all the way sideways if you want. I don't need this. Oh, it's back. It was a little banner up there that said it.
All right.
Anyway, we're back and we're live again. And sorry for any interruptions that may have happened. But I know we went Thursday night, and that's actually something that I told you I want to talk about. How they're not even Black Friday and Cyber Monday aren't like what they used to be.
It's not just Cyber Monday or just Black Friday. The sales are extended.
Yeah, from from Thanksgiving night until like I guess tonight at midnight or whatever, Monday at midnight, which is just like a grab. I feel like because this is the first year I've kind of paid attention to it. It might have been because I'm older, or maybe this is just like how they've really started doing it lately. But it doesn't even feel the same. Like Black Friday used to be like this is your one chance a year
to get some good stuff for
right.
cheap.
So it's like it was basically like a little holiday for spending. But then they added Cyber Monday, which was still cool because it was like 2 separate days still, but one's like the new online internet stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But now that's old, and now all they want is your money. So really, it's like you get about a week if you think like how many days? Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. 5
Mm-hmm.
days.
5 days.
5 days to get deals. And like I was looking on Amazon before Monday, and they already had their Cyber Monday deals.
Yeah, I did. I noticed that too. I was
Which is
looking
like-
online.
Yeah, don't call it Cyber Monday. Call it I want your money.
They even had Black Friday deals online.
That's crazy. Speaking of another crazy thing, I was listening to this earlier, I think, with Andrew Yang. Do you know who that is?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the guy running for president.
Yeah.
And some other lady, and it was like a YouTube video talking about him. But they're trying to say, like, I don't know. I guess the point of the video was the lady was saying automation isn't taking away jobs from America. But then Andrew was like, tell that to the millions of like I think he said there's 3 million truck drivers, but his friends in Silicon Valley are already working on automizing.
Yeah, I think I heard that. I heard him say that same thing.
Right, yeah, and how there's like over like 30 million or something. I might be saying the numbers wrong, so you can go do your own research and fact check me. But and then he just mentioned like the other 30 million workers that are in like truck stops, gas stations, just stuff that's around the trailer market kind of thing. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, and if gas stations are about to become automated, like,
yeah, well, they are kind of.
Yeah, but like if they have like a clerk in there that's automated, then so many people will lose jobs because there's gas stations everywhere. There's like 5 within 5 minutes from here.
That's so true too. But I don't know. I don't think that could work. Well, it could work, but there's a lot of barriers. Like, for example, he mentioned the McDonald's like self-serve kiosks and all that. Like, sure, you can have like 1 trillion of those, but at least one person's gonna have the job of fucking being there for security or something. Because what if or right now, like cooks, at least you'll definitely need the cooks, but it's not hard to make a system that makes you a burger or throw some nuggets down for you. But you do need like
a repairman or
a
something.
repairman, someone to like control the chaos, which is really important in those gas stations. Because like if you're gonna have a whole store that you can walk into, don't put a fucking touch screen to stop me from stealing it. Which was like, did you ever hear about that thing Amazon was trying to do? Which is like open a supermarket with no cash or whatever.
No, I didn't.
Well, I think it was a couple of years ago when I heard of it. So I don't know if it was like just fake or if they dropped it or if it's still in the works or whatever. But basically, you'll like put in your order online maybe, or you'll just go to the store, and once you grab the item off the shelf or whatever, they're like smart shelves. So it senses that, and I guess you'll have like a card or something with you so they know it's you. But you don't even have to stop like to make a line or whatever. You could just walk in and grab it, and it'll charge your account or something like that, and then you just walk out.
Yeah, I saw some. It's kind of similar to that. They were like somebody, I don't know who it was, but they said like we should be able to walk into somewhere and just like scan something with our phone and pay it with our phone and just leave instead of waiting in lines and stuff like that. Just walk in, buy it like on your person, and just leave instead of having to wait in line for checkouts.
Yeah, checkouts are a pain, especially at Walmart, guy. I know everyone here or everyone listening has been to Walmart with the 57 like checkout lines, and 3 are open.
Yeah,
and then the rest are self-serve.
I've never seen them open. I always go to the self-serve though.
Me too, because it's just so much easier. Like, yeah, you might have to wait in line, but I don't know. Maybe it's especially our generation. We don't like being as social in person.
We can just do it ourselves, not talk to anybody, get in and get out.
Yeah, keep listening to our music or whatever. I don't know. We're going down a wrong hole. Brendan was watching it with me, actually. It was a Siberian cult leader. And I'm telling you, I think this is what they based Midsommar, that movie, off of. Because it's like so weird, except he's Russian. And I know Midsommar was like in Norway or Sweden or something like that. But it's the same thing. Like, it was a Vice documentary, and they went, and I think it was like a 10-hour travel just to get to the place. And then once they got there, it was like another 5 hours on foot because they don't let you take any like any other things. But it was like a big old voyage where even other like he called them pilgrims, like people that haven't converted,
Mm-hmm.
like went out to go see whatever was happening, and they went on like a really important day. I think it said August 13th or something like that was the day that the cult leader like said he got the prophecy that he was Jesus basically.
Oh, okay.
But so once they get there, it's basically just straight up midsummer. Like they're out in the fields in the middle of nowhere, like with mountains around them. You see cows and stuff just laying on the ground, like around them, because they don't eat meat. They don't do drugs or nothing like that.
They just hang out and do
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. So everything they need is basically like cultivated by them. But I mean, they said money doesn't even matter there. But me and Brenda like found there's no way that's true because one thing they do is they separate the guys, the boys and the girls in education, and they said they teach the girls like how to be women kind of and how to pick like the suitable male who's like strong and all that. And then the guys, like for example, the 17-year-old they had on there, he said he was learning like the man traits or whatever, like power tools, gas tools, all that. But just in that alone, like how are you gonna have power tools and gas tools? How are you gonna pay for the fucking
With
gas
no
without
money.
money? And
Yeah.
then and then the boys they showed the outside of the boys like school, I guess, and they had solar panels out there, a trampoline. Like I know you didn't make that.
Sure.
There's no way
Yeah.
you're out in the mountains making that. So money's got to be a thing, but I don't know. Maybe they didn't get into enough detail, but
That's weird, dude. What's
yeah.
it called? Like,
The video,
yeah.
I'm sure I could
I
find
want
it
to
for
watch
you.
that later.
But
I
but
love Vice videos are great.
Vice videos are so good. I watched another. Well, before I just keep skipping, the previous thing I think, which is where me and Brenda stopped. We didn't even get to. I watched it, but she didn't get to watch the whole thing. Was it's so that day, the 28th or whatever number I said, August is like I told you the day he confessed he was like Jesus or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like their Easter. And what they do is they have to travel like another like 3 hours or something up a mountain. But it's so weird because the members, it's like over 5,000 members. So it's pretty big. But I think only like 3,000 live there. But they're like all dressed in white and they like form a trail up this mountain. And they're like, you see kids like playing the little flutes and shit. And it's
That's
so weird. And then they gather at the like not the bottom of the mountain, but like right before the peak, there's kind of like a divot that they carved out, and you see a big wooden chair and an umbrella, and then they're like chanting, and then you see the guy like look whoa. You see the guy look like Jesus basically in a white robe and everything, just walk down slowly. And then like he gives them a message, and as he leaves, there's just chanting, and he just walks off slowly up the mountain. It's so weird.
that's weird.
Yeah, but
How do people come up with that kind of shit?
I don't know, dude. But I don't know. A lot of people liked it because I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, so it's just like the guys learn how to be like the men learn how
Yeah.
to become men and do
Yeah,
everything
yeah,
the
yeah.
men do.
Right. And then
The women do whatever they think the women should be like.
Right. Yeah. And
That's
everything,
crazy.
no technology or anything. I don't know. Everyone there like liked it. And even the Vice guy he asked some of them, like, how do you feel that you're in a cult? And they're like, I don't think it's a cult because I don't know if you have someone that can tell you your purpose and like help guide you and you want to pray to that person and it makes you feel good, then what's wrong with it or whatever, you know? So that's where they're at. But for all those interested, the Vice video is called Siberian Cult Leader Thinks He's Jesus. It's Vice Guide to Travel, Season 1, Episode 4. You can find it on YouTube. I just saw it's actually 7 years old, which is crazy.
Jeez.
So my man's been up there.
I wonder if it's still a thing today.
I'm sure it might be. He had
Probably.
5,000 7 years ago. You got anything? We can keep talking about Vice stuff.
Only I watched this thing about this dude in Australia called Chopper or something like that. He was just like this criminal in Australia. That was the second Vice video I saw.
But what about Chopper?
I don't think that was Vice. But I did see a Vice video about Amsterdam. This dude, I don't know his name. You've probably seen him on there. He's really weird looking. He's skinny. He's got long black hair.
That's like everyone, dude.
He looks really fucking weird. But he went to Amsterdam. And they have legal psychedelics over there, I guess.
Oh, I think I've seen it. Like,
so
not seen it.
There were truffles. It's like psychedelic truffles. And he went over there and just did a bunch of documentary information on that stuff. So they grow them over there and sell them in like head shops where they sell weed and stuff.
Ooh.
They said they used to have legal shrooms, but tourists would come over there and like take too much and kill themselves. Like 3 people died.
Jeez.
Like
Like
they said,
overdosed or like killed themselves
killed
on
themselves on it.
it?
Like
Oh, that's fucked.
one girl like ran into the river, or like jumped off the bridge into a river or something like that. One dude killed his, like sacrificed his dog, like he cut him open and shit like that, and then called the police and was like, I don't know what I just did.
Jeez.
But yeah, they have, so they just changed it to truffles. So they have legal psychedelic truffles over there now.
Well, I'm gonna bring up 2 things off of what you said. First was I've been watching a lot of videos of like people dying inside, which is like where I told Brenda a good example. It was like another documentary that I was watching, kind of just a clip of it, and they had like a Hollywood producer, maybe not a producer, but like an agent, and the camera crew. Like they met in public at a restaurant, and while they're sitting there, the guy's phone goes off, and he's like, "Oh, I don't know this number, but let me answer it or whatever." And he puts it to his ear, but he puts it on the left side, and the camera's on the right. And you know how like in TV shows or stuff, sometimes it's not actually. Like, you know how iPhone's supposed to look when you're on the phone?
Mm-hmm.
It was like the lock screen or whatever. But at first it was right. At first it was like a real phone number. And then he's out there. He's like, oh my God, a big name? Haha. Like he's fake laughing. He's like, well, can I at least get like a first name? Like, are we talking a Brad Pitt? You know, like an Angelina? And he's like, haha, yeah, just let me get out of this meeting. And then like you see his phone flash and like just turn off, like if it hung up or whatever, and it was just like the screen, and you just hear him keep talking. And he's like, oh my God, yeah, of course. Yeah, we could talk the numbers later. Haha, yeah, okay, I'll call you afterwards or whatever. And like they just got his ass because he was lying. You get what I'm saying? Like it was a fake phone call that he set up for that.
But for what? People dying inside?
I
don't get
that's just what the compilation's called, because like once they found out, he found out.
Oh,
that's
okay.
like
It's
the
like,
dying
okay,
inside.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. I got you.
Yeah. Why did I tell you that? Oh, okay. Yeah. Because you mentioned like this psycho whatever
yeah,
and killing.
psychedelics.
So I was watching one of those earlier, and it was a comedy clip, right? It was a comedian on stage, and he was doing some crowd work where he asked a lady in the crowd, he's like, I got a fucked up family. Anyone else do? Or like have one too, or something like that. And the lady raised her hand, and he was like, okay, tell me about it. And she's like, I don't think it's like okay for a comedy. And he was like, see,
So we on or off?
I don't know, I think we're still on it, the timer's still going.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, sorry guys, we keep getting this
Connection is unstable.
Yeah, so I don't know if we're still live or not live, but we're back for now. Anyway, so he's like, just tell me, I'm sure I'll make it funny. And this girl says, well, my dad and mom like divorced, and then my dad went crazy and murdered my mom or something like that, and he like
Jesus.
killed the crowd. And the
You guys
guy
laughed?
no, like they're all like, oh shit. Yeah. And then the other thing I was gonna say, I don't fucking remember anymore.
All right.
Oh yes, I do. It's a fucking deep thought, so open your minds. But before we get into it, what do you think about psychedelics like that? More specifically, like DMT or ayahuasca. Ayahuasca, like I think
a
the
little
main
bit about ayahuasca.
Yeah, I think the main component in that is still DMT too.
Yeah, it's just DMT, but they make it into a tea. So it's like when you eat an edible, it lasts a long time. It's like that.
Oh,
so it's like
a different way to ingest it.
Mm-hmm. And when you smoke DMT, it's like quick, like 10 minutes or whatever your high is, but the other's way longer. What do I think about it though?
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean?
Would
I do it personally? Or
I don't know. Like, what is your stance on it? Like, do you think they should be outlawed? I don't know. It's weird. I'm trying to get to a point, but I don't know. I don't want to just go out to the point first. So
I don't know if it should be legalized because it could be abused.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I've seen this video on YouTube. This guy took DMT, and he was like, he took it in his room alone and whatnot. Apparently, how you're not supposed to do it. He did something like that, and then he said ever since then, for like 3 weeks later, he would see like figures in his peripheral vision just when he was walking around, and he was like, I might be becoming schizophrenic because of this or whatever, because he would like see objects in his peripheral vision or see shit that he knows is not there, but he sees it. So, I mean, it could but definitely have negative effects.
Yeah. I'm not saying it can't. I'm not saying it doesn't. I think it does. But the point I was trying to get at was it was a deleted TED talk because it was over. It's called Consciousness or something like that. The Truth About Consciousness. And the guy basically he just straight up talks about like psychedelics, specifically ayahuasca and just straight up DMT or whatever. But the cool fact about what I took away from the video is like he also agrees it shouldn't be like a recreational thing. Like you shouldn't just be able to do it without like restrictions or a
Mm-hmm.
purpose or whatever. But what he did find was that a lot of people he even had a friend that like runs a little business doing this kind of, but a lot of people that suffer from addictions to heavy drugs like heroin and meth and all that kind of stuff, ayahuasca, and like I said, his buddy does this. Like he's taken a lot of people. Um, ayahuasca kind of. He was trying to say it's like the mother nature of like DMT because at least DMT I think is one of those things you do and you have to take something away from it.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
it a lot of at least he was saying a lot of people say they it opens up their mind and it shows them like the bad path they're going
Yeah.
down or whatever. And that his buddy he does that like as a job. I think he takes people away on a retreat that are like
Mm-hmm.
addicted to that, and then he puts them through like a I think he said 12 ayahuasca, not at one time, but like
Yeah.
sessions.
Yeah.
And then by the end of it they're like free of the addiction. They don't even want to touch it anymore.
Yeah.
So
I've seen that too. Or people who just want to solve or have like problems in their past that they don't. It's like deep down and it's
yeah,
really bothering them. It like opens it up and brings it to light, and they
yeah,
face it. I guess they're like forced to face it. They
yeah.
overcome it.
Joe was talking about that with like mushrooms
Mm-hmm.
and PTSD for soldiers or people that seen combat and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's helping. I don't know.
But it can have positive effects too, because
Right.
that could make sense.
Yeah,
How it could make you like overcome something.
yeah. I don't know. It's very weird. I feel like there's a trillion million things we don't know in this world.
Mm-hmm.
Cause like in that video about the ayahuasca or whatever, and what just from what I've been these last couple of days exposed to, like through history class and some videos I watched, like it's easy to think that the world we're living in right now and those set of rules that we have, like marijuana is illegal, these drugs are bad for you, don't do this, this is. It's easy to think that like that's the way, but it's been that way for like the smallest part ever. Like we were born into the world that way, but everything through like, that I've been watching through history, like how they used to do ayahuasca as a like everyday thing almost, or through rituals and all that in tribes and how it's accepted. I was just learning about the Mochi people. I think you learned about them if you took prehistory. Um, and they were just a tribe that was so like focused on sacrifices that they literally drank the blood of other people and all that kind of stuff, which is right. Like today, if you think about it, it's like the craziest thing.
Yeah, but back then it wasn't like it's just
Exactly.
normal
Right.
way of life.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. Probably through time, I feel like we lost a lot of like what is okay, what is not okay. And we've just tried to make it up, like, and set these rules that I don't know. Sometimes I feel like the rules we live by today aren't the best rules.
No, because it's like nobody can really change them besides the government.
Yeah. I don't know, dude. Life's crazy, huh?
Yeah.
The US is weird. Because, like, there's other videos I've been watching. Like, I don't know, they show the other countries and stuff, and it's so different. Like there's a tribe in Chile, I believe, that's not like they're not Chilean. Their their tribe was like the ones that fought back the hardest when the Spanish tried to conquest them or whatever, and they've just been like free roamed. The best way I could explain it is kind of like Texas to the United States. You know how it's part of it, but it can always like recede and become its own thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what they are, but they speak their own like dialect of Spanish. So not all of them speak Spanish, but their tradition, since they've been a fighting people, every year they don't have street beefs, right? They don't. There's like barely. I don't think there's murders or crimes or whatever, because what they do is like if someone does them wrong in the community, like they just like keep that hoe in check their whole mind. And then December 25th, Christmas, they have the biggest like parade, but the reason for the parade is that there's a fight. And so what they do, there's two that they told me about. In the little small time that they were doing the documentary, you go there, you settle out your beefs, and it doesn't even matter if you're a little kid, they still make you fight. So basically, you grow up, man or woman, you grow up fighting every year, like straight up fist
Like
fights.
everybody or people who get punished have
No,
to
no,
fight?
everybody. Like they drink.
Everybody on
Yeah,
the
every single person, babies, like little kids that can throw punches, to like the as old as you can still fight. Like that's what you do, and it's a like weird cultural thing because they wear ski masks, but that are like with the first Chilean flag or something like that. And apparently they can't even talk like in their normal voice. They have to be like in a super high pitched voice, and that's the only way they could talk and all that. And they wear big old cowboy boots, but that first little area where they do the fighting, that's like the normal beefs or whatever. That's like you cut me off, maybe, I don't know, whatever they want to fight for. But then that other place, that's when they're like, if you have bigger beefs that you didn't get to settle like on that first day at that little in your little arena, like they go out there, and it's so wild because they show the clips and it's like straight up super fights going on, and there's people like they have
like a mosh pit.
no, like it's set up like I guess like a real
organized?
It's organized, yeah, because they do it every year, but everyone's drunk as hell. Like that's all they do, drink and smoke or whatever and fight. And but the interviewer or whatever, he was like a weird white guy. Like you could tell he could not fight. And for some reason, when they're talking about it, he was like, "Oh, I'll take a fight on that second day." And you see him take a fight against like a kid with long hair, and he was like, "I couldn't have like gotten a worse opponent because he had like 2 girlfriends. He drives a motorcycle. He's been fighting his whole life, all that. And you just see him get his ass whooped in there,
Damn.
like so bad." But that's what I'm saying. Like to us, that's something crazy,
But to them, it's what they know. They grew up on it.
right? So like, I don't know. I feel like I don't know. We're diverse as like a United States, but like culturally, we're pretty lacking.
Yeah, I agree.
Not saying that fighting is like the biggest culture.
That's pretty cool though.
Yeah. But just to have your own tradition as a people. I don't know. This podcast's taking a little turn, huh? It's been a little deeper today. You got anything to add?
So when they're out there, is it only if you have beefs and you want to fight, or no matter what, everybody fights somebody for some reason?
Well, I'm not 100% sure. I know they did mention that if you have like a beef or whatever, or something you want to solve, you don't solve it that day. You just wait until December. But there's 2 things that crossed my mind. The first one was, what if you get done wrong by hella people? You're not just going to be fighting
Multiple
everybody.
people.
Right. So I guess you have to pick the worst one. And then the other thing that came to my mind was when they showed the crowd, and it was like a little like 3-year-old kid that was already practicing punches. And I was like, I know this kid does not have beef with anyone. But then they showed little like 5 and 6-year-old kids fighting. So I'm like, I don't know. Maybe they make everybody fight, but
or maybe they do have some beefs. Maybe it's like Johnny down the street, 5 years old. He took my Nerf gun and broke it or something, so they want to fight. You never know.
Yeah. And there's one, they showed like a 6-year-old fight, and one of them was smacking the other guy like bad. And then the other guy like fell on the ground and started crying, and they got him up, and they're like, stop crying. And they threw him into the crowd and put a mask on him. And like they gave him like a little beer or something, I think. I don't know.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, if it works, it works.
Right. Yeah, but they said their crime rate's low.
If the United States was like that, you know how many beefs there would be?
All of them, ever.
Do you think it would actually like?
No.
We would benefit from it?
No, you know what I think would happen? Especially, I think us at least, because them, like, they made sure every fight starts with a hug and ends with a hug. And that's where the beef start. Like, that's where you settle it, and that's it. Like, you don't carry out.
People in the United States wouldn't be able to let stuff
Hell
go.
no. They'd get, like, knocked out.
Come back later.
Right. Like, what I was thinking while it was happening, like, what if someone, like, I guess, I don't know. Like, what if my girl cheats on me with another guy and I want to beat his ass or something like that? In the United States, if that happened and, like, everyone knew that, and I go up there and get my ass beat as well,
it's
like,
just an embarrassment.
Yeah, I know there's people out there that would go get the strap ASAP because they're not going to let that happen to them, you know?
They're going to, take embarrassment to the heart and go shoot somebody.
Yeah. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
It'd be like that sometimes.
Have you heard about bare knuckle fighting. I saw a video on that
Oh,
too.
in like the UK or something like that.
No, it's here in the United States.
Oh,
Like
I
it's
saw
a,
one in the UK.
it's like a sport now. I think it's real. It's called Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, Bare Knuckle FC.
Yeah.
And they it's literally like boxing matches, but just bare fists, and they just beat each other.
Yeah, I watched some about that. Like it was some sort of documentary.
I
But it was
don't-
a UK guy.
I think it's pretty new, but it is in the United States because I think I don't know if she fought Ronda Rousey, but it was an Australian lady.
Mhm.
She was in there. She's from the UFC. And then some other people were in there too. Some randoms that they pulled off the streets or some like
Some
fighting
streeters.
clubs. Yeah. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, what I like that one that I saw. I know we're not talking about the same thing, but they're saying it's like a little bit safer than the other ones.
Maybe we
'Cause
watched the same thing, but I swear it was in the United States.
I swear it's in the UK. I don't know,
Uh,
but yeah, they're saying since like it's bare hands, like your bare hands can't generate as much power as like a 16-ounce boxing glove on them can or something like that. And it's more like if I'm gonna hit you hard, I'm gonna have to deal with the pain in my hand too. So it's not like a full release of all the power. I don't know.
Yeah. Bare knuckle fighting, bare knuckle FC's in the United States. Founded in 2018. It's pretty new.
Ah, yeah, no, my
But,
video is old, I think.
But they were saying the same thing about how it's safer.
Yeah.
Like, because when you have a glove on or something, like, I don't know whatever the science behind it or something, but they just said for some reason when you're hitting with your bare knuckles, it's way safer.
Yeah.
And the fact that like if you hit somebody with your bare knuckle and it like it's just gonna slip off. But with a glove, it might
like
hit
stick,
'em
and
or
it's a
stick.
big. Like if you think about it, your fist is kind of small. Like I have big hands, and they're still not the biggest things. But if I put some boxing gloves on right now,
even bigger.
it's like doubled up. You know,
and weighted.
right.
So
Right. So yeah, those are little things. I guess it makes sense. Have you seen the new karate like combat karate? I don't know. I follow them on Instagram, but it's so cool. They're like, I don't think they go to the ground like UFC. And what really caught my attention was the way they do their not their cage, but their I guess wherever the boxers fight or fighters fight, whatever you want to call that. So they don't do like a octagon or a cage like the UFC or even ropes like professional boxing and a lot of other sports. What they do is they make it like pretty big. Of course, there's a ref in there, but instead, what they have is like they make it kind of like a dip in, and then on the sides as the barriers, it's just like mats that go up at an incline. So like you can't really, because a lot of people, especially Joe Rogan, say that the thing about the cage in UFC is that it can be assisted for a lot of takedowns. Because if you ever see people get pushed up against that thing, it kind of makes it hard for the other person to defend when they can't go back.
Yeah.
Or like it also helps them get up because you can see some fighters like cheating
Stand
or
up on the cage.
using it to like help or whatever. So I guess their style of just making it little mats that go up, you can't really do anything because you'll be like laying at a small incline or something like that. But it's so cool. And I think that, I don't know, I'll try to put their Instagram in the chat or something. And then maybe you guys could go check it out for yourself.
What's it called?
I'm not even sure. Something about karate. But they do really cool yeah, karate combat's what it's called on Instagram. I'm gonna type that in for the chat. Yeah, so karate combat on Instagram. They do really good jobs on their
Oh, this one?
yeah, that thing.
Oh.
It's cool, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so right now I know we can't eventually we'll be able to show these things, but right now we just have the picture of it. Right, but yeah, you see how everyone's like kind of standing up around them and how they're kind of like in a dipped area. Yeah. But look, I'm gonna show you some of these.
Jeez.
Right? And these are, I think their coolest ones are the ones that they do with the edits and stuff.
So are the edges like that part of the ring? Like, can you walk up on them and use them to your advantage or no?
I've never seen anyone walk on them. What I've seen is they get like, they're fighting and they get pushed back and they actually fall on them. And then the other guy goes in on them. But you can see some of their cool edits here. Like, dang. I wish we could show this to them, but there's got to be a way. You see how like they don't stop it when they're on there, but no one ever runs up there either.
So it's like karate, and you just use anything from karate you want, just a fight.
Yeah, I guess so. It's like,
Dang, that one's cool.
yeah, you see them like transform. But yeah, I guess it's like a form of kickboxing and striking. I don't know everything that karate is basically, but they do throw punches, kicks, but I've never seen them go to the ground.
Hmm.
So it's more of a stand-up thing. But I think it's really cool. It might be the
Looks pretty
future.
neat.
They only have like 280,000 on Instagram too, so who knows, huh? What else we got? Dang, 25,000 for a boxing ring. Dang. Today, I've noticed, at least in my entrepreneurship class, because I think I told you today was my presentation day.
Mm-hmm.
My generation that want to be entrepreneurs are like so open to everything that it's crazy. Maybe because like we're grown up on where everything's possible, but all of them are like, I want to make sure we can accept every payment, Cash App, Square, like, you know, all that kind of stuff. And it's, I don't know, they just want it to be, I don't know, not a lot of the presentations were kind of brick and mortar kind of stuff. Most of them were like straight online businesses,
Mm-hmm.
or a lot were focused towards customization. Like there are two other clothing things besides me, because I did a clothing presentation. Shout out Active Life Apparel. Go online.
Did you have like picture examples and stuff?
Yeah, the products and all that. And it wasn't a bad presentation for me, but anyway, those two other people, I'm gonna shout you out on here if you're listening. I think it's High Providence is one of the clothing companies, and then the other one is Risha Rawlings Designs or something like that. But they're both like more customer and customization oriented, and they're talking about like a lot of like, at least High Providence was one of those like Supreme kind of brands that want to spend like that high money on it. But that other girl, what she did was she'll put the whole outfit together for you, but then you obviously have some input on like what you want.
So she like, you go in there and be like, hey, I need you to design me an outfit for this occasion, and she'll create your outfit for you.
I think so.
That's pretty
I think
cool.
that's what I was getting from it. You know, this could be totally wrong because they're presenting it and they're just giving us like stats and stuff. But I think they're the coolest and most original one I've seen that I didn't even think about was one by the guy's name was Aerial View. That wasn't his name. That's his business name. And what it is like a drone business, but it's like a more professional one. So it's not like they're just filming stuff for you. He said he already had it's going to be like a contract thing with construction companies and stuff like that. But he explained how he already had a couple jobs where like they have to look at the integrity of a bridge, but they use drones to like get under the bridge. Cool stuff like that. Like some of the examples he said that it was good for was like scanning the land to see if it's like possible. Like if you're gonna buy a big plot of land, you want to be able to see instead of sending someone.
That's a great idea. He's gonna go somewhere with that.
That's what I'm saying.
For sure.
Yeah. And then there's that other guy. I think I told you last week about the school Uber. Did I tell you that?
No, like an Uber to school.
Yeah. I'm trying to think.
Wait, you might have told me something about that.
I can't remember the name of the company that the guy wanted, but yeah, it was basically like an Uber to school, and he was like, I don't know why, because they have buses, which is like my direct competition is going to be public transportation, and like kids don't have to pay for that. But he was saying like I saw a lot of flaws in it, but basically you set the Uber, you can have the same driver. If you create like a connection with them, you can schedule it in advance, like for the week or whatever, I think, and cancel it. But basically, yeah, Uber picks up your kid, takes him to school, picks him back up.
That's literally paying for something that you can just get for free with a bus ride.
Or drive them. But what I found like so wrong with that was not so much the fact that you're just paying for something useless. Almost
some random dude comes and picks up your kid in the morning.
Yeah, and not just that, because like I was thinking, what if they they pick them up and act like everything's normal. Bam, they never show up to school.
Mm-hmm.
Or they get like abused in some way in the car or whatever. But he was like, some ways to counteract that is I'm gonna have a camera in the car. We're gonna have to put like active live GPSs in the vehicles because it's not gonna be like Uber where you use your own car.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to rent out the car through you or whatever. They can set their own hours, but really, not really.
That's not realistic.
Yeah, I don't know. It was a lot. Like in a perfect world, sure.
But not this one.
But yeah. What else we got? You got anything?
What's up with Active Life Apparel? Did you get it like set up?
For the most part, but I think I was saying earlier, I got my little planner out. But I said that I wrote everything. What I've realized, I'm a super procrastinator in like everything. That's why I'm not YouTube famous yet. Because we could have been famous with
J Vlogs,
Elite, J Vlogs, Spicy Beans, all those Shadow Man.
Is this you right here?
What? Hell no. What is that? Active Life store?
Active Life Apparel.
Where the fuck is that? Boy, but that's some trash though. No offense.
Yeah, look at that. Just nothing.
That's that old Kyle hat. That's like an AN1 hat.
Mm.
But what is
I think it's just a website name. They sell other people. Like, see, like these are all brands that they sell.
Okay. Yeah, well, screw them. No offense.
Do you have like a Shopify?
Yeah, I have a Shopify. It should be activelifeapparel.com. But I don't even think that bitch is open right now.
Did you buy a domain though?
Yeah, I purchased the domain. Only cost me $15 for a lifetime. And then $30 a month. I think there's like another $10 renewal fee. But maybe.
I watched like a 45-minute video on drop shipping.
Right? Ain't it like the move? But
not anymore. I don't think so. I think it's dead now.
I think you're
not dead, but like
I think it's dead for me.
There's so many little like people onto that
Dude,
now.
Yes.
I think the prime time is past, but
for sure. Like that first wave, I think is what they call it.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think drop shipping for my company is going to go very well.
Why not?
Because it's
a custom
shipping.
Product.
Right, because it's not a custom product, and because I don't know.
I thought because you want a logo on yours, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'd have to like talk to the manufacturer and all that.
Yeah.
And then like create a deal with them, but that's
not as easy as just like straight up just regular drop shipping where you find like a product that you like.
Right.
It's your own. You want to make your own product.
Yeah, because that's one of the big key factors in apparel itself or athleisure and all that is like putting your mark on it. That's kind of why Gymshark became so popular. And since it's drop shipping, I'm not gonna really know how good the products are. Of course, I'm gonna try to order some of them, but
if it's off Wish or something and you want to start selling like rubber straws, but you want to test it out first and you order it from wish.com, it's going to take like the hype for that item is going to be gone by the time you get yours in the mail pretty much. Yeah. Because it's like
drop shipping is a lot of trend following.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I don't agree when you say it's over. I could definitely see what you're saying, and it is like hella saturated.
Yeah, it's just that's what I meant. Saturated. That's a better word.
Yeah. Which is also is athleisure, which is what I want to get into. Because for that final project, I had to find some stats for it. But it's like they say it's going to be over $400 billion like industry in 2020. But every blog, every post, everything I've read says that they're so saturated. Because not only are there more people like me, like the Gymsharks trying to come into it, but now also other well-established brands like Nike. I'm not gonna say Nike because they've been on the activewear, But
what's active? You said what? What leisure?
Athleisure.
What is that?
It's like athletic leisure clothes. So like,
is it a brand itself where you can make?
No, it's a style.
Oh, okay.
It's like active wear.
Yeah.
So like, the best way I just describe to people is gym clothes that you can wear out, and still look good. Yeah. Like girls wear those leggings or whatever. That's like athleisure.
I got you.
Yeah, but I don't know what I was saying, but yeah.
My bad.
You're
No,
good.
you're saying something about Nike comes in there.
Oh yeah, but not Nike specifically, but like a lot of other companies like are trying to change their target market. Like I'll use Old Navy for example. Old Navy's not like it's not like if you go into Nike or Under Armour or whatever, like it's
It's
all
just
active.
like basic.
Yeah, but companies like that are now trying to get into the athleisure thing because it's such a big business. Because it's 400 billion alone, like just athleisure, and then I think clothing in general is like 3 trillion. There's a guy in my class. He had a point on there, but he said 3,000 billion, and I don't think that's a number. So I'm just going with $3 trillion business in clothing. So I don't know. There's a ton of money to be made.
But there's so many people hopping in there
Yeah.
that
So
it's gonna be hard. But you just got to make yourself like distinct from the other people.
yeah, that's what I want to do.
Find something that like nobody or somebody that the least amount of people are doing,
Yeah.
or the look.
Yeah, something. I don't know.
I feel like if you can make your shirt and get somebody famous to wear it and get like photographed somewhere, you'll pop off.
But I've tried to hit up those like just Instagram influencers, and their prices are dumb. Like,
Really? What's the cheapest one you've seen
the cheapest one I've seen, like
for something that is worth it, like a big time
or
or a good name to be?
probably like in the higher hundreds. Like I want to say the cheapest one I've seen was like 300 maybe. But then like
just to run like a little ad.
Yeah, but there's just, I don't know. There's like I watched a lot of videos on like the type of people you need to try to get to do it, like based off of whatever you want to sell, obviously.
Meme pages. I saw one on meme pages.
Me and Brendan saw this guy who I used to play with at my dad's house. Like he used to be my neighbor. He dated Avery, and he had a Friends hoodie on, but instead of being like the Friends character, is like a very low quality image, but it's like Pennywise, Jaws, like just the scary people in the world. But he said he got that off Instagram, and that's why it looks so low quality. So Instagram ads are iffy, but
True.
True. Anything else?
I don't know. Not. I mean,
I don't know what the fuck. I get so off track, dude, that it's crazy. But I've been trying to get better at it. Who knows?
Maybe there's still a chance.
A chance.
Yeah, maybe not with drop shipping, but like
that's
creating your own brand.
Oh yeah, I want to say I was about to say I'm confident on it, and I'm not like not confident, but I guess the more time I take, the less likely that it'll happen.
Mm-hmm.
But that's why, like I said, got my planner out and I wrote some plans because I'm a super procrastinator and I've watched TED Talks on it, and that's what they say. Because like people that don't procrastinate, like with the paper, it'd be like paper's going to be due to 25th, and it's like the 1st. They'll slowly start working on the paper and then like finish it. And then there's normal procrastinators that are like they'll wait kind of the last week or something and then start doing it. And then there's me that waits till the last day, like I did with my third paper.
I did that today myself with a paper.
Yeah, and the thing about it is when it's stuff like that, you have a deadline, and they explained it as you have like the rational person driving your mind, then you have like the instant gratification monkey, and then you have like the panic monster. So procrastinators, like you let that instant gratification like rule you. So it's like you think in your head like I should probably start working on this if I want to be able to get it done, but then you're like, well, I could watch this episode and like keep doing that. But what saves you, at least academically or with a deadline that you don't set for yourself, is that panic monster comes in. So for example, like for me, I wasn't doing nothing for my paper, but once I finally realized like, oh, I have to turn this in by midnight, then like you start kicking into gear in that. But it's like a big problem in a lot of people's lives. The guy said that he gets tons of emails from people from high level colleges, all that, saying that they're super procrastinators. And he found out like if you do that in life, like what I'm doing, kind of, if I just said like I want to open my website, right? I want to put that out there. But I'm such a procrastinator that's why it's not out there yet. But if I put those dates down for myself, then it kind of like forces that little panic to come back in and be like, oh, I got to get this done by this date. And it'll help. So that's why I did January 1st.
January 1st, that's it? All right.
I already got it all planned. I was going to make a song in December too.
A song?
A song, but I decided not to write it down because I don't want to cringe. I had a little daydream about making a song and then playing it for you and just getting roasted. So, so I decided.
Like you want to make a song to release on like Apple Music or SoundCloud or something?
Sure. I don't know.
Why not?
Because I'm not a lyricist.
You say you are.
How about like instead of a singing song, we'll do like a lo-fi song? We should put beats to them.
Oh yeah, I could do that. I'd have to learn about beatage though. I don't know about making beats.
That saves the whole singing.
Yeah, you have to use your voice.
I'm not gonna be like, oh baby, you left me at the club. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that shit. But yeah. So we'll take a quick break and we'll talk about our sponsors. Shout out Equate, best allergy medicine out there. I know in the studio we have a couple cats. I myself am allergic to cats, but just mildly.
Just suppress it with Equate.
Yeah, with allergy relief tablets.
Give it 25 milligrams.
Yeah.
How many do you take?
2. I think that's what it says. I should take. Soldier Boy opinion. Yeah, 1 to 2 tablets. Speaking of, ain't it crazy how we've like mastered chemicals to do these things, like pills and stuff?
Yeah.
Because if
you can pinpoint, like, oh, allergy relief, so they make a pill for that. Headache relief, they make a pill for that.
Right.
Like inflammation, they make a pill for that.
Yeah, which is crazy. But then like the natural remedies, everybody thinks is like the worst thing for you.
It's just because it's a big pharma. They want to push the product.
Big pharma, man. Big pharmies. Also, I was just joking. We don't actually have any ads. We don't have any ads, but
yeah,
I already said that. Shout out Active Life Apparel for sponsoring the podcast, though. They said they're going to be opening their new website
January 1st. Get ready for the drop.
Yeah, when it gets closer, you might see some collaboratory little clips or something like that. I don't know, dude. I don't know. Oh, I wrote down on that planner that I got to make 2 YouTube videos this month, dude.
About what?
I don't know. I think one of them was going to be, I had some footage from when I went down to Miami. Probably just going to edit that. And then the second one, I have no idea, but I'm going to do it. So,
like a vlog or a certain.
I don't know. Probably a vlog. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. It'd probably be a vlog because the boys are coming back. So,
oh, yeah.
That'd be a good little memory one.
Forgot about that.
Right? Ain't it crazy they are? I've been waiting for this hype
13 days until Ethan gets back. And then Brandon gets back to 22nd.
And he's only here to the New Year or just Christmas?
I think just Christmas.
Thanks.
Maybe a couple days after Christmas. Something like that. I don't know. But you might hear us live one night.
Hopefully.
All together.
But it's probably going to be like, I fucking love you guys. But maybe not. Who knows? We'll see. We were supposed to have Nathaniel Johnson.
I don't think we've had one viewer this whole time.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But they definitely missed out because this is the best podcast we've put out, I think.
They might click on it and watch it later.
Yeah. At least this is the one that we've had the least stoppage.
Uh-huh.
Don't you think it's been getting better?
Mm-hmm.
Or easier?
That's how it works. I feel like the first couple times we were just like, we got 1 viewer. We got 3 viewers. We got 4 viewers. What do y'all want to hear?
Yeah. But as it progresses, it's only the 4th one.
Did they even hear the first one? The people, did they hear
like
the first one?
One ever?
Well, like we have 2, 3, and 4 on our channel. Where's number 1? Is that on our channel?
Oh, we don't have 1 on the channel?
I don't think so.
I think 1's the one I uploaded. Yeah, we do.
So it wasn't live. It was uploaded.
No, yeah, it was the uploaded one. Unless it's just that clip of us. Because didn't you say you went to go watch it and it was just a
Yeah,
clip?
it was just 4 seconds long. It was
Yeah.
like the intro, and then it just went off.
No, I think I fixed it. But we need to get on like a legitimate intro. Like you remember how that first day we brainstormed about like the music and all that.
Yeah.
I don't know, I
How
gotta
do we
figure
do
out
that
how to
on live though? Oh, I mean,
We could just be like,
yeah, we could play it on our device.
Yeah, something. There's got to be now that I'm gonna be getting the little break from school or whatever, thanks to the holidays.
Mm-hmm.
I'll probably look into more and we'll try to figure out what we can do. It went by pretty fast though, huh?
Past this hour, yeah. 55 minutes, 24 seconds. Just like we always do. If we get over 10 viewers in the next 5 minutes, then we will continue the podcast.
That is true. How many did you say? 5 or 10?
10. We'll drop it down to 5 since we only have 5 minutes today, though.
Okay, yeah, 5 minutes. A viewer a minute. So if you guys are listening,
Shout
go
out.
ahead, hop up in here, and we're just gonna be waiting patiently while we get those viewers. So if we get 5 viewers, like my boy said,
We'll add an extra 15 minutes onto the cast.
for every 5 we get. So
Every 5 we get.
if 5 we get, well, actually, we're gonna get like 10, and we're gonna be here another half hour. I guess it's worth it. Yeah. Yeah, and then we get 15, and we're gonna be here for 45 minutes. I mess with it.
We're going to have a 24-hour stream because people keep joining.
The
That's how we get famous.
longest stream of the most constant 5 joiners. Yeah, but we got to figure out a way to like market this thing.
Yeah, posting it on our personal Instagrams isn't cutting it. Like, I don't think it, because people are going to see that. If we post on our stories, people just swipe through the story. If they see, like, Bro Boys Podcast.
Yeah, we're going to have to like make little like 15-second Instagram videos and
Clips.
be like, hey, stop while you're scrolling.
Yeah.
Go to
We
the
gotta
profile.
strategize.
Yeah. That'd be a good little idea, don't you think?
Mhm.
Hey, stop where you're at. Click up here. Go to the link in the bio.
Unless if somebody's scrolling and they see, hey, stop where you're at. They're going to be like, what is that?
Right, especially us because they never see us. At least not me. I don't post on there. And if I do, it's her, not me. So,
Mhm. It'll probably give everybody a notification like, new post.
yeah, has posted in a while. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to have to start doing. Let's film one. Not right now, but in 3 minutes. But yeah, guys, always a pleasure.
Come on, man. I feel it. There's almost another person joining. He's about to click it.
There's 57 minutes, dude.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It wasn't bad though. I liked it. I'll do it
Mhm.
even if no one listens, because at least it gives us a chance to still talk.
Yep.
Which is something we take for granted. Because I've been noticing like the squad ain't as strong as it used to be.
Because we got 2 missing, 3 missing.
Nat,
Brandon, and Ethan. They're all
Yeah.
missing. So
And Bobo's trying to go missing.
I guess there's not as much to do either.
Yeah.
The only thing we used to do was like, you want to go play soccer? Sure.
Or like go outside and play, but
Yeah.
don't nobody do that.
We go on hikes though.
Yeah.
All our hikers are gone.
Yeah.
Bobo doesn't like to hike like that.
No, but he goes out with girls.
Yeah.
Donovan, this is your call. Did you see that, by the way?
Going
You
to
didn't
Fall
see
Creek
that?
Falls with somebody. Unless he went solo, he was there with somebody.
Yeah.
But he won't go with us.
Yeah, because is that same day that I think Scott mentioned, like, would you guys want to go hiking or something? Or maybe Nat said it. I don't know who said it. But that same day in the Snapchat, he just dropped a picture of him out in Fall Creek Falls. And we were like, how come you never come with us? And he was like, well, I was working the last time. And we got a minute left. You been still going to the gym?
Not as consistent. Ever since when I got sick, I didn't go. That's when I stopped. But I've been going ever since then.
That's
I
pretty
was every weekday and the weekends off, and I cut it down to 4 days a week. Work out 2 days, take
Cardio.
Wednesday off,
Oh.
and then Thursday and Friday, and then
Workout.
weekend off, and then blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, lately I've been doing more and more cardio. Like today I did, I think, like 20 minutes running.
I don't want to do a lot of cardio. I want to lose weight. I'm already like
Oh, yeah.
140.
Dang, really? 140? I'm almost, I think I'm 185. So I'm like, I got 40 pounds on you, boy.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I was running and I'll do like a normal jog for most of it. I think today I did till 10 minutes, and then to 15 minutes, like another 5 minutes, I put it on an incline. But I like run the same pace for 2 of those, and then I'll kick it up to like a sprint up a hill, basically. Excuse me, yeah, sprint up a hill, and then I'll turn it back down. But I did that for like 10 minutes, so I feel pretty good. And I did some legs. Shout out, comment if you guys want to see us do live videos, not like for the podcast, but
Live sesh, gym sesh,
yeah, whatever.
live streams.
At the gym. It's just gonna be like
Whatever games you want to see us. We'll play games, bro. We'll do a Friday Night Lights stream, whatever game y'all want to see.
Yeah, we'll do. Yeah, we could do a million trillion thing. We can get. I've never played D&D, Dungeons and Dragons. We can get it right here and just put it on the board. And, I don't know. The possibilities are endless because now we live in the newest generation ever, and you don't need
anything.
Big pharma. Yeah. All right. Well,
here you go. 5, 3, 2, 1. Bro boys out.
Peace. Peace again.